Myself, V. Sujata, Associate Professor, Department of CSE in Vignan's Neural Institute of Science and Technology for Women. Now, I am going to present the introductory concepts regarding database management systems in this video for you. So, see, before going in depth of this DBMS, let me define two important terms which are frequently used in DBMS, that are nothing but data and information. So, see, can anybody define the difference between data and information? Anybody? So, what is data? What is information? Let me. Data can be defined as collection of raw facts which are either unstructured or unorganized, which exist in random manner, which conveys nothing to the user, which are useless. So, what is information? When this data gets processed, the data can be converted into information. So, data is unprocessed raw facts which are unstructured, unorganized. While this data is converted, that is structured, that is organized, then it can be called as information. Now, let me explain clearly with a real world example. So, for example, I want to plant an apple tree. So, what is required? I am having some apple seed. That apple seed has to be converted into apple tree. So, some type of processing is required. What is that processing that is required? That seed has to be planted in a container. It has to be watered regularly. It has to be put in front of sun, and I need to apply certain kind of that is fertilizer to that seed. Then only it will grow into a apple tree. So, here, so see what is this figure illustrates. Here the data is apple seed. While applying certain kinds of processing, what is that processing? Sun, container and fertilizer, then it has been converted into information. That is nothing but apple tree has been grown. So, the data, while it has been processed, it will be called as information. So, now this figure clearly illustrates the difference between data and information. So, see, we are having several data items. After applying processing on the data items, the data items can be converted into information. So, the next thing is database. What is a database? What is a database? Database. Let me define. So, see, the database can be defined as the collection of structured, organized data or information which are related to a particular entity or entities. What is a database? Database can be defined as collection of structured, organized data items which are related to a entity or entities. So, for example, I want to create a student database. Student database normally must consisting of the data relevant to students. What are the data items that are relevant to students? Roll number, name, address and marks. So, all these data items while have been collected for all the students, that is called as student database. So, while this figure clearly explains the database or emphasizes what is a database. So, see, several data items that are being stored collectively stored that can be called as a database. Collection of data items which have been stored, that is called as database. The storage place of the data is nothing but database. So while coming to our subject, that is nothing but DBMS, Database Management Systems. What is a database management system? DBMS can be defined as, it is a software. Software is nothing but collection of programs that are particularly used majorly for three purposes. The first one is creation of database or designing of database. The second one is accessing of the database. The third one is maintaining the database. What is the meaning of designing? Creation of data, storing of data, in which format the data has to be stored, what are the data that needs to be stored, how the data has to be accessed. All these structures, definition, that is called as designing of the database. That can be made easy, that can be assisted by means of a software, that is nothing but DBMS. Accessing. What is accessing? Retrieval of data or retrieval of information which has been already stored from the database is called as accessing. The database consisting of certain data, it has been already created. If you want to retrieve the data, that is called as accessing. What is the third issue? Maintaining the database. Maintaining the database is nothing but addition of some more data, deletion of existed data, modifying the data that has been already stored in the database, or some another things. All that issues come under the category of maintenance. So these three things, creation or designing, accessing and maintaining the database, can be performed by means of a software, that is DBMS. We can use other softwares also. What is the benefit of this DBMS when compared to other softwares is, we can do all these three activities in a effective and efficient manner. So collectively in together, the DBMS is a software which is used for designing, accessing and maintaining the database in effective. So the next one is, what are the advantages while using this DBMS? There exist so many advantages why we need to prefer this DBMS software when compared to the conventional data management softwares. We will see one by one. The first one is redundancy can be avoided, data can be shared. The next one is inconsistency can be avoided, standards are enforced, security restrictions can be applied, and the integrity can be maintained. So what are the things? Redundancy can be reduced, data can be shared, inconsistency can be avoided, standards are enforced, security restrictions are applied, and integrity can be maintained. So these are the advantages. So we will explain what are these one by one with examples. The first one is data redundancy. What is data redundancy? Duplicated data is called as redundant data. What is the duplicated data? In technical terms, the same data appearing in more than one place at the same time is called as redundant data. The same data has been appearing in more than one place is called as redundant data. See, now let me give an example for this one. So see, whenever the student has been joined in the college, his or her details will be stored definitely in more than one place. I have taken in some 3 places in our BTech college. The details will be stored at office level, the same details will be stored at department level, the same details will be stored at exam set. So see, I am having some 2 student records. that are roll number, name and phone number. The first data is relevant to Sujata, the second data is relevant to Minnu. So the same data has been replicated at office, department and exam cell. How many places it has been there? 3 places. The first student is having roll number 1, name is Sujata and her phone number is something. The second student is roll number is 2, Minnu, having some phone number. The same data has been replicated at 3 places. So these 2 records can be called as redundant data. Redundant data. So what is a major problem while if we are having this? So for example, see, we are having same data at office, department and exam cell. For example, the phone number of Sujata has been changed. She has informed only at the office. So her phone number has been updated only at the office level, but it has been remained same at the department level as well as in exam cell. So in department level not updated, exam cell not updated, it has been only updated at office level. What will happen? So for example, when anybody asks what is the phone number of Sujata, we are having 2 results. What are that? The first one is the phone number from office, the second one is phone number from department or exam cell, because those 2 are having same. Which one of them are correct? We can't definitely identify which one are correct. As because I am telling you it has been updated, we can know. But as a user, which is the correct one, which is the incorrect one, we cannot identify. So this is the problem that comes from redundant data. When the updates are done at only one place without replacing all the remaining places, it gives a chance of inconsistency. What is the meaning of inconsistency? We can't identify which one is correct and which one is incorrect. So the inconsistency can be raised from redundancy. It is a major disadvantage. If you are having database, this redundancy is no way. Why? Because the data is stored at only one place. Whenever the updates are done, it can be updated at the same place without any chance of inconsistency. So this is the first advantage of your DBMS. Hope all of you understood up to now. We'll meet in the second video.